I'm Trish Rybolt-Hapa, and I'm here with the Healthy Fayette County show. Just a quick overview of what Healthy Fayette County is we are a group of individuals, businesses, different community services to help improve the health of Fayette County. We are a group of many people, Seven Mountains, Whitewater Valley Arts Association, the Connersville Parks and Recreation, the Haven, the GFWC Fayette County ESO Club, Centerstone, the Purdue Extension Office, and Vane Lashua, just to name a few. And today I'm very happy to have with me Tracy Burns from the Whitewater Valley Arts Association and Marla Steele, the Superintendent of Connersville Parks and Recreation. So let's get started. Tracy, what's happening at Whitewater Valley Arts Association?
Well, we're getting ready for our Handmade for You, which opens on December 6th and 7th during Winterfest. We'll be open from 5 to 8 on Friday and 11 to 8 on Saturday. And this will be a collaboration of about 14 different artists set up in a boutique setting. So it's a way to find anywhere from jewelry to paintings, just something unique and different for Christmas. We have ornaments, we have all kinds of things. So that will be the opening, or those 2 days, but it'll be running until December 23rd. So that there's still time to buy Christmas presents and things like that. So there'll be homemade candy and things as well. And then the Whitewater Valley Railroad has their Polar Express is happening. So it'll be December 1st, 6th, 7th, 8th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 20th, and 21st. So you can look at their schedule and everything. And then the Imagine Performing Arts has, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. And that is December 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th at 7, and December 8th and 15th at 2. So there's a lot going on downtown.
Great. I hope everyone has their calendars out and getting all those dates down. A lot of things happening in Fayette County. Mm-hmm. That's why we want you to be proud of our county. We are a great county, and things are moving in the right direction, and a lot to do with the arts, and we thank you. Marla, you, as the superintendent of the Connersville Parks and Recreation, tell us what's happening in your world.
Well, we actually have had a lot going on recently. In October, I'll just kind of go back a little bit to give some updates. In October, we had Community Day of Sharing, and that went really well for the Parks Department and for the city of Connersville. We had a large group of people come to 2nd Street Park, and they helped to plant trees. We had Shook Engineering from that's building Reed Hospital here in town. They came and they built the shelter for us at 2nd Street Park, and then Reed Hospital also, or Reed Health, excuse me. They put probably 15 to 20 volunteers on our list to come and help. So they planted trees, they picked up trash, they did a lot of things. And then my group of people, they worked on putting the fence in, installing all of the benches. And so there's a lot going on that day. And I just appreciate everyone that's involved with 2nd Street, or I'm sorry, with Community Day of Sharing, because it really just is a tremendous benefit for different organizations and individuals in our community that can have that support of volunteers to come out and help just lend a hand for the day and get some projects done that are much needed. And so we had that on October 2nd, I believe was the date. And then we had Trunk or Treat in the park on October 29th. And that was a huge event for us as well. We had 2,661 people come through and go through the trunk or treat, and over 100 people handed out candy at that event, and that was a huge success. The weather was perfect. Everyone came out and supported that event, and it's just great to see all of the community come together and do different things like that. And so we're looking forward to our next event. So our next event is December 5th. and that's Christmas in the Park. It's from 5 to 7 at the Miller Building at Roberts Park, and we will have Mr. and Mrs. Claus there. They will be taking pictures with the kids. Channel 3 will be there, and they will be doing the pictures, and sometimes they'll put that on TV as well, and so we will have that. We will also have different businesses from town. We'll have a booth at the event, and they'll be doing activities with the kids and handing out gifts or candy, just little trinkets and things like that, and then we will have carriage rides, and so it's going to be a night full of fun for the kids in our community, and so that's December 5th from 5 to 7, and then we have our light display. This is going to be our second year doing a light display throughout the park. And people are signing up right now to set their light displays up. And we have, I think we're close to 20 this year, so that's an increase from last year. And last year was our first year, so we're really excited about that. It was, we heard great feedback last year from having the light displays in the park. And so this year we have been able to get more and more people involved in setting up light displays. And the light displays will be on for everyone to see December 1st through probably about December 27th. And they will be on in the evening time throughout the night. And so drive through and take a look at the light displays. Now we will be doing a People's Choice Award just like last year. So last year, you could drive through the park, look at the different light displays, and then vote for your favorite light display. And then we awarded the light display first, second, and third place winners at our event. So December 1st through December 5th until 4 p.m. on December 5th, we will have People's Choice Award voting open to the public to come in, and they can vote for their favorite light display. And then on December 5th at our event, we will tell the winners of that award. And we're doing it just slightly different this year. We will be having a QR code to instead of paper voting, it's going to be a QR code. So you'll scan the QR code with your smartphone camera and then click on the link. And then you can go and vote for your favorite light display. So those are some things coming up. We're really excited about it. We love to see when things grow and we can add to our programs. And so we're really excited about that.
That is exciting that it's growing. And so you're doing things that get all the people involved in the community, families come out and drive through and see the lights. That'll be awesome. Mm-hmm. So that's wonderful.
So how big of a space do they get to decorate?
Right now, just because this is our second year, our numbers are a little bit lower. We kind of let them tell us what size of display they're going to have, and then we will make sure that they have the appropriate size. We don't have them marked off in any specific dimensions or anything like that. There are some areas that may be just slightly smaller than others, and so we just ask them what kind of size their display is going to be, and then we will make sure that they have enough space for their light display. And so right now we're going to fill the park. I mean, it will be spaced out a little bit, but we will have enough to have a full drive-through of Roberts Park.
Oh, wow.
And this is free for families to drive through and enjoy.
It is, yes. Now we do set up a donation box that is on a light pole stationed by our small police building that's in the park. We have a donation box there because anything that helps, because we do have, as far as the park and all the lights that we put up, there's maintenance to that. We may have lights that go out and we have to replace, and it's just helpful. And so it's not required, but it is helpful to be able to maintain those lights that we put up every year.
That's wonderful. Yes, a small donation kind of different than if you drive through other places where you have to pay so much a car. So that's wonderful.
Yeah. And we've had wonderful businesses in town that have came alongside of us, and they are corporate sponsors for us in this event for December 5th event, plus through the light display as well. And so we have sponsors that are helping to support some of those funds that are just going to make, hopefully, Roberts Park magical for everyone in December.
Yes, that electric bill will go up just a little bit. So that's wonderful to have corporate sponsors and corporations to help make our community brighter, truly brighter during that session.
Yes.
So that's wonderful. Now I understand that there's a 5-year plan now that you're working on. What's in store for us with the Connersville Parks and Recreation?
So we, Abby from the Fayette Community Foundation came to me about a year ago and said that she had an opportunity to apply for the Eli Lilly grant. And she wanted to see if there was a way that they could help support the Parks Department. And I had informed her that we were looking at writing a 5-year park plan, but I wasn't sure how we were going to fund that. And park plans are beneficial just as community plans or any other entity that does a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. It's beneficial to just kind of keep pace on different projects that you want to see done in the park, but it is also beneficial to have when you write grants. And Indiana Department of Natural Resources, DNR, they also, when you apply for a grant with them, they prefer to see a 5-year park plan. It's very important to have that. And there are some, for the Parks Department, there are some grants we'd like to apply for in the future with DNR that will help us. And so this is just going to increase our chances with a grant, and it just helps us also, like I said, to stay on track with projects and help us to keep our focus where it needs to be. And so she, along with a company, an engineering firm that we're working with on several projects, they are writing the grant, or they wrote the grant, and we were approved. And then, so Abby wrote the grant, we were approved for it, and then through that funding, we've hired the engineering firm to help with the park plan. And so they've been writing the park plan. We've been doing this, I believe, since February. We really started strong on writing it, gathering all the detailed information, lots of statistics, lots of history on the Parks Department. And then we took it to the public and we had a survey. The survey went through from, I think it was February to the end of April. We had a survey out for the public, and we had a great feedback from that. We had about 500 and I want to say it was 516 or a little bit more than that actually took our survey. And when you have that great of a turnout, you can take more feedback and be able to implement that. And so it just helped with all of the information we were gathering to have that great of a feedback. So thank you to the community for being a part of that survey. And then we had a couple stakeholder meetings and some public meetings. And that was also another way for us to gather information of what people would like to see in our 5-year plan. And now we're getting close to the end. Our 5-year plan has been written. There is a draft. And we actually had a public meeting on November 14th that we welcomed the public to attend to present our 5-year plan, the draft of it, and gather more feedback in case there was anything else that maybe we missed or people would like to give their comments, and we could add that into the 5-year plan. And that went over really well. We had a great turnout for that, and we gathered some good information. But it sounds like some of the goals that people want to see in our community are walking trails or riding trails of some kind, where you could ride your bike, you can walk, you can run, and so they want to see, that was really high on our list of things that people want to see in our community. And they want to see connectivity. So they want to see how we can connect our parks to other parks or trails, or and so how can we connect Roberts Park to Nickel Plate Trail, and then Nickel Plate Trail to Offutt's Park, and extend that around the community. And so we've done a lot of research on that, and that's one thing that we are wanting to focus more on. And we've actually, along with this Lilly grant, we have we were able to move to the second phase of that grant, and we were able to write another grant that would hopefully allow us to add some trails. And so we're waiting to hear back. We haven't heard yet if we've received that, but that would also allow us to extend and make a full circle trail. That's probably not the right term, but a full trail in Roberts Park itself. Because one thing that a lot of people had come to us and said that they would like to see is a safe place for them to walk in Roberts Park. They love to walk in Roberts Park, but it's on the streets, and they have to compete with the cars driving by, and the streets are not widely, they're not very wide. And so when you have lots of people walking and cars driving by, they don't feel that it's, the safest place to be on this sharing a road. Sure. And so we would love to put a trail in Roberts Park that goes the full length around, and then put that in. And some other goals that we've talked about for our 5-year park plan is improving John Connor Nature Preserve. That's one place. It's a beautiful location, but people want to see more amenities out there. They want to see maybe some shelters. They want to see the walking paths a little bit wider and more clean, free from brush, and just a more welcoming entrance into that park.
And where is that park?
That is, it's by the old train station, the train depot, on the south side of town. Okay. Off of 121. And if you turn right there at the train station, and it's right on the corner. Okay. And it is kind of hidden. There's not a lot of signage. There is one sign, I think, on the fence, but they want to see more signage go up so people are familiar with where it's at. Mm-hmm. And it is a beautiful area back there. There's a lake, a small lake that you can go back and fish, and we have a beautiful swan that lives back there, and people like to go back there and look at the swan and feed him, and then there's lots of walking trails back there. So that was on the goals of improvement. That was one thing that the community voiced in their opinion, is they would like to see that to just be restored to a more welcoming park for our community. And then they wanted to also see what next steps we could take with Babe Ruth Baseball Park and River's Edge. And we all know River's Edge has been a hot topic for many years in our community. And we are working diligently on trying to figure out how to accomplish that. We hope to have some money in 2025 to work on the DNR requirements for ADA. There's some ADA requirements that we have to do. Okay. And so we are hoping that if everything gets approved, we could start on those next year. And so we are working really hard to try and further those steps with that park.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So-
And I hope you're listening to this, because it sounds like opportunities where the community can come in, and once you're implementing these plans, they could come in and volunteer to help do things with you, to help
Oh,
more
absolutely.
plants, clean brush and things. So that's
Absolutely.
we want you to be proud of this community, and there gives you no more pride than to have say, we helped clean that, or we helped build this with the Parks Department. That's wonderful.
Yes, and oftentimes I get questions asked of, is it okay if I go and try and clean up the trail at Nickel Plate, or pick up trash at John Connor Nature Preserve, and absolutely, we accept that. We have a very small maintenance team at the Parks Department, and I don't know that many understand, like, it's very small. And we have over 200 acres that we take care of for the Parks Department. And so, we can't always get to everything every day, or sometimes weekly, because we have, if something breaks down, or we have a leak, or the restrooms are, there's something going on with that, we have to stop mowing or picking up trash or whatever, and we have to go fix that. And so we accept volunteers any time of the year, even if it's helping to decorate for Christmas at the Miller Building, or if it's pulling weeds, you just have an afternoon and you want to come plant some flowers, or, there's plenty to do all the time.
Sounds like a great project for a club like mine, for the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, anyone to take some pride in their community. And it's easy to pick up trash, take some little rubber gloves in your car, and if you see things that need to be done, we do it.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Great opportunity. And your Parks Department does do a wonderful job. Everything I've ever seen has been very clean and tidy, and always welcoming when we go to the Miller Building for anything. So,
Well, thank you.
Your employees are to be commended.
Thank you. We do, and I talk highly of them. We have a wonderful team, and we all work well together, and we all work hard for what we do. So,
Yes,
we enjoy it a lot.
that is great. Tracy, anything you need to add? I know that now that people have had time to get their calendars out, the different things going on having to do with the arts and with different partners here in Fayette County.
I forgot to mention that we do have a members meeting on the December 18th at 6 p.m. and usually it's 7 p.m. but this time it's 6 p.m. because we have a pitch-in.
Oh,
So everybody brings their favorite side dish, and it's possible trying to RSVP when you can, because we do buy meat as a group, as a club, so that we have the meat there and we just have side dishes brought in.
and that is there at the Arts Association.
Yes,
And everyone, I'm sure, knows where that is. And it's a wonderful display, a wonderful building that always has displays of art. There's so much talent in this community that is displayed. It doesn't have to be painting. It can be writing. It can be sewing. There's a lot of talent.
We also have a new window display that it's because Discover Connorsville or Winterfest, I can't remember, has a display competition for the downtown windows. And so we have a 1950s scene in the window, and it's changing every day. So it'll be, November's been Thanksgiving up to presents being wrapped, and we have some original pieces. We have so keep looking in the window, because each time that you look in the window, there's a different gift going to be opened. So, and they're all vintage, so it's going to be kind of interesting. That's
exciting.
And there's a train set being set up, so it's going to be interesting.
Wonderful. Sounds exciting.
Yeah. I will add that if anybody wants to hear more about the park plan from our November 14th meeting that we had, it was a public meeting, and it was taped by Channel 3, and so they could go to Channel 3's City TV's YouTube channel and they can view what was said at that meeting. HWC Engineering, who wrote our 5-year plan for us, Rebecca came and presented it to the public, and so they can go on and they can learn more about that. And once the plan has been approved by DNR and has been fully written and published, then we will have a copy of it at the Parks Department. So anyone's welcome to come and take a look at it. It's I didn't even get all of I just touched the surface. There's over 100 pages of things that we have, goals that we have that we want to accomplish in the Parks Department. And the plan is not something that it says this is most certainly going to be accomplished. It's just a goal for us to stick by and to keep us focused on what's important for our community. And so, we can, if in 5 years we reevaluate it and we need to write another 5-year and add some of the things that didn't get accomplished, we'll add them to the next 5 years. And, we'll keep it as a goal and a focus for the Parks Department and for our community.
Right, and the fact that you have involved the community so much should give everyone ownership of your new plan that, oh, I had that idea, or I support that. That's wonderful. Some people are visionaries. I'm not a visionary. You tell me what to do and I'll do it. But I can't look forward. So it takes people like you and Tracy, who I know who writes grants for the Whitewater Valley Arts Association. That's a whole different world. And it's, like you said, a lot of research, a lot of statistics and things, but it does bring into focus what's needed, what's possible, what can we do, what might be out of reach, but you still want to try to reach.
Right.
So that's very commendable. I know it's a lot of extra hours for you to do those kinds of things.
Well, I know the foundation had asked us, the Art Association, if we would consider maybe doing some public art on the trails
Yes.
too. And so we need to, kind of focus on that a little sometimes. So maybe we can collaborate and figure out where we want to put something and what you're looking for, and find the right artist to do a sculpture or something, or
Yes.
some kind of a mural or something that we could do.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I visit lots of parks in other communities because I like to see what others are doing and get some new ideas. And the art coming into parks has become something that is growing. What I've seen in Indiana, especially, and they are collaborating with local artists to put different things in their parks, and even if it's permanently or for a short amount of time, and they make some kind of like fun activity out of it, or competition out of it, or just to display it for a couple months, and then it moves on to somewhere else, and so that's something that a lot of different parks are doing now, and I think it would be a great idea to collaborate together and do that.
It is. And in arts, with the art stroll that Healthy Fayette County has started, or the art strolls, and with you talking about walking through the parks and making more trails and walking down to the Art Association. It's a quick little step over to the Canal House, or over to the museum, or over to the Whitewater Valley Railroad. Walking is good for you. It helps bring greater health to you. And viewing the arts is great for mental health, just to get something to see, a beautiful painting or something, or stuffed toys or whatever that you've made, and or a beautiful sculpture. It's a wonderful feeling. And
It definitely is, yes.
anything we can do to make our county more healthy, both physically and mentally, is so important, and make it a viable community that others are going to say, we need to move there, or we need to start to do business there. This place is really going. And that's what the Arts Association and the Parks Department is certainly contributing to that. And you should be commended for what you do. And we look forward to all these great things that are going to happen.
Well, thank
So,
you. Thank you.
I thank you both for coming today. Any
Yeah,
last
thank you for
words that
having
you
us.
have other than grab your calendars? There's a lot going on and you don't want to miss it. So,
Well, sometimes
Thank
just
you.
coming into the gallery and just talking about the art too. I mean, we have people come in just off the street that's never been here before, and it's amazing. They're going, "Wow, we didn't know this was here," and so it's been interesting just to have these people come in and just talk. And we have movie nights. We have just a Socrates cafe, that kind of thing. So there's a lot happening.
that's great.
So-
That's great. I thank you both ladies for coming, and we look forward to our next edition of Healthy Fayette County. Thank you very much. Thank you.